meditation. Good evening, everyone. Thank you very much for being patient, waiting for us here in Ashram Avalokiteswara in the northern part of Bali, in the high mountain. Thanks God, the weather is very supportive. Thanks God also, there is always thousands of friends who join our guided meditation, join our session every day. This is the second day. Yesterday we shared the idea of healing from inside. We concentrate on physical healing. This evening we are going to discuss about another part of healing, which is emotional healing. To be frank, emotional healing is more complicated. When it comes to physical healing, it is clear what kind of body that we are going to heal. It is a physical body. It's like hand, head, nose, eyes. It is clear. But when it comes to mental healing, the part of our body which we are going to heal, it is unseen. You can see your leg, you can see your hand, but you cannot see your mental. That's why the second day, this evening, we are going to share the idea of emotional healing, the more complicated part of healing. In the process of waiting for 1,000 friends who are going to join us this evening, watching the ideas of emotional healing, let me refresh again yesterday's ideas about healing from inside. With all the limitation that you have within your body there is seeds of healing. There is internal medicine. In another word, medicine is not available outside but also available inside. Especially because the challenges of our time is very challenging. No matter what kind of disease is, from COVID-19 until heart attack, there is always possibility that you can heal yourself from inside. The key idea is simple. Illness can open the gate of darkness, or illness can open the gate of light. Illness will open the gate of darkness when, as soon as you have laboratory tests which concluded that you have a cancer, for example. By then you blame your parents, you blame your religion, you blame government, and that is what I mean. Illness open the gate of the darkness. By blaming the others through negative thinking, you use illness to open the gate of the darkness. What I'm suggesting to all of you yesterday, and also I refresh your memory this morning, use illness to open the gate of the light. How to use illness to open the gate of the light? Learn to see illness as the guardian angel. In Tantra, it is called as one manifestations of symbolical guru. But I would say that is the most important manifestations of symbolical guru, because there are living guru, there are holy scripture guru, there are symbolical guru, there are secret guru. Illness belongs to symbolical guru. Like meeting holy master, learn to be a loyal student in the front of spiritual guru, quote unquote, which is your own illness. Learn to be a loyal student. Learn to be a student which is full of obedience. What I mean by loyal student, a student which is which is full of obedience. Do not do the thing which is prohibited. Do the things which is recommended. For example, in my story, I was infected by B hepatitis at the age of 22. The things that are prohibited: don't drink any alcohol, do not consume too much cholesterol, be careful when you are tired. First of all, to make illness, to transform illness into guardian angel, into symbolical guru, don't do the things which are prohibited. The second one is do which is recommended. In the case of B hepatitis, which infected me at the age of 22, the things to do is make your body well nice, less stress, more rest. Do not have any complicated mind, simplify the mind. And the third part, in using illness to open the gate of the light, read the spiritual message behind the disease which infected your body. In my case, if B hepatitis fail to be healed, it will become, in Indonesian language, is kanker hati. It is the idea of the heart. So that's why the spiritual message behind B hepatitis that infected me at the age of 22 is beautifying the heart. If you keep remember, first of all, do not do the things which are prohibited. Do the things which is recommended. The third one is the most important. Read the spiritual message behind the illness. And remember to walk on the path which is recommended. In my case, the path that I am following is the path of beautiful heart. If you combine these three ideas, first of all, don't do the things which are prohibited. Do the things which are recommended, and be a loyal student by doing the spiritual messages behind illness. That is exactly what I mean by using illness to open the gate of the light. Behind all disease, there is spiritual message. The secret is very few of the people who try to open the secret behind disease. That is the key idea of yesterday, healing from inside. Do not forget to maximize your placebo effect by developing your inner optimism. Not blind optimism, but optimism which is built based on systematic action. In my case, I also recommend to you the reason why I heal my hepatitis B, the reason why I heal my cataract, my right eyes. It is because I keep consuming the ultimate medicine, which is the right food. Remember the message of very old scripture. If you consume the wrong food, medicine will not help. If you consume the right food, the medicine will not be needed. The right food. But be careful, there is no quick fix when it comes to finding the right food, the right nutrition. The best suggestion is learn to be sensitive. Listen to the wisdom of your body, because every human body is unique as our fingerprint. The best solution is be sensitive. Listen to the voice of your own inner body. Like monitor closely the quality of your sleep. Look at the color of your urine. Look at the feces that come out when you poo in the toilet. Emotion also, many things. In short, be sensitive. Listen to the voice of your inner body. We are now 20 minutes past 6 p.m. in Bali time, where we are ready to discuss the new topic of this evening, which is emotional healing. Like what I said in the beginning, when it comes to physical healing, biological body, it is clear we can see which part of the body that we are going to heal. But emotional healing is more complicated because it is unseen. Where is the locations of the emotion? It is unclear. For that reason, this is more complicated healing. Let's start with an example. Suppose that someone got a news from medical doctor because of laboratorium test that he or she infected by certain illness like cancer. The first part of the body which is deeply disturbed by the news of illness is mental body. Mental body. Some of people will got shocked, some depressed, some full of stress, some even panic, full of fear, suddenly imagine that death will come soon. Be careful. As soon as you get the news, any negative news from infected by illness, negative news that close family got accident, negative news about any negative news, the first part of your body which is disturbed by negative news like illness is mental body. There are two options that can happen after that. After your mental body disturbed by negative news, there are two options. The condition can be worse or you can be recover after that. It is totally up to you. It's totally depend on how you manage your stress. The key word is in this case is stress management. If you are unable to manage your stress, then the bad news of illness will make life worse. Because, physical body, mental body, spiritual body, mind, spirit are one inside. As soon as certain part of your body, in this case your mental body, disturbed by the bad news of illness, the condition will be worse if you are unable to manage your stress. But you will recover, you will certainly recover if you have all the ability to manage your stress. For that reason, the first key that I'm going to open in order to heal our emotion is stress management. This evening, our focus will be stress management because the inability to manage the stress will make life worse. On the contrary, if you are skillful enough to manage your stress, the negative news of illness will make you recover. The second choice that I am suggesting to you, now we develop a skill to manage our own stress in order to recover as soon as we get any negative news, include the negative news of illness. To be frank with you, any kind of stress is closely related with imbalances of energy inside. Our energy is imbalanced. And the dominant energy is negative energy, fear, panic, doubt, blaming the others, what wrong with me, what kind of mistakes that I committed in the past. That is negative energy. Please remember, the root of all stress, the energy inside is imbalance. It is dominated by negative energy. For that reason, the first step, it is like a burning house, a burning house. The first thing to do is put some water. What I mean by putting some water to the burning inside is bringing a balancing energy inside. It is totally up to you. It can be listening to the beautiful music. It can be playing the piano that you love. It can be gardening like me, just to the gardeners like me. Gardening is the most beautiful medicine of stress. It can be playing with children, to some of you who love children. It can be pray, to some of you who close to religion. It can be meditation, whatever. But one thing for sure, since the negative energy is dominating inside, bring some balancing energy. In this case, is positive energy. That is the first step to manage the stress. There is a burning inside. There is burning. And the water that we pour to the burning inside is positive balancing energy. The choice is totally up to you, because every person is unique. Just in case you love music, music is balancing energy. Just in case you love recreation, recreation is another balancing, positive balancing energy. As soon as you feel more balance inside, because you put enough positive balancing energy inside, here is the second step. As soon as you are more balanced, you are no longer angry, you are no longer blaming the others, you are no longer full of fear and panic. Enter the second step. The second step is providing space to suffer. As I keep sharing to all of you in social media especially, the realm that we live is called samsaric realm, meaning this realm is the realm which is full of suffering. The poor people suffer because they are worried of having no enough food. The rich people also suffer because they are worried of losing their wealth. You know, in lower realm there is suffering. In the upper life also suffering. In any corner of life there is suffering. And the stress will no longer disturb as hard as in the past, as soon as you provide a space in your mind to suffer. Because without providing space in your mind to suffer, you will suffer every day, from small until big, from medial until very challenging suffering. Because the name of this realm is suffering realm. So that's why the second step, as soon as you feel a little bit more balance inside, provide space in your mind to suffer. Everyone suffer here, include the holy soul. If you learn the story of Mahatma Gandhi, he was shot. If you learn the story of Jesus Christ, he was crucified. If you learn the story of Nelson Mandela, he was jailed for 27 years. If you learn the story of His Holiness the Great Dalai Lama, He lost his country in the age of 15 years. You see, even the holy souls suffer because the name of this realm is called suffering realm. In order to heal your stress, remember, always provide a space in the mind to suffer. Like what I often face here in ashram. There is always problem every day. Sometimes lack of water, sometimes suddenly electricity off without the reason that I do not know. Yeah, sometimes there is explosion outside. What is the English language of mercon? Mercon? Fireworks, you know. From yesterday we are disturbed by fireworks. That's happened, you know. No matter you pray or not, no matter you believe in God or not, you study religion or not, everyone suffer because the name of this realm is suffering realm. But the stress will no longer disturb you if you provide space in your mind to suffer. That is the second step of healing the stress in order to make you recover as soon as you got the bad news of illness. The third one, please deeply contemplate. Suffering is like sandpaper. Imagine sandpaper. Imagine that I'm now making a Buddha statue using a stone. I use sandpaper to softening the stone. In the same way, any kind of suffering, softening the hard parts of the soul. In this case, look at the positive sides of illness. Illness is not God punishment. Illness is not the temptations of the Satan. Illness is sandpaper with softening the hard part of your soul journey. Some of you who used to be angry can be softened by suffering. Some of you who used to have negative thinking, you can be much more positive because of suffering. Remember, suffering is sandpaper which soften your soul journey. The fourth, the last, water which we pour in the burning inside. In the case there is no way out, maybe your intellect does not solve the problem, your spiritual knowledge does not solve the problem, the psychology that you learn in university does not solve the problem. That is suffering realms, you know. Provide space to suffer. The reason why I angry very, very seldom because I keep providing space to suffer in my mind. Fireworks. That's not. It is a very good omen, you know. When I share to you about sandpaper softening our soul journey, firework outside. Back again to the idea. In the cycle of time where there is no solutions at all, you still have one final solution. That solution is sincere surrender. Sincere surrender. At the beginning of 20, by coincidence, I watched the movie of Noah. At that time, for the first time, I have a VCD player at home. Suddenly, in the store, I found VCD. The title is Noah. I do not know what kind of religion was it, what kind of holy suit. I just interested in Noah. I played again at the beginning of 20. One day, Noah heard the voice of God, no, please, makes a boat. Ah, boat, no water. No, no, you just listen to me. Make a boat. And no, simply follow the voice of God. Even to all people, all friend, all neighbor get laughter to Noah because making a boat in the condition where there is no water. That is surrender. Later on, flood coming. The sea coming. The only one who was saved at that time is Noah. That inspired me at the beginning of 20 years old. Later on, around 50, ready to enter 40, ready to enter 50, I experienced what the psychologist Carl Jung called as the dark nights of the soul. I found no solution. The teaching that I got from university, both from Indonesia, from England, from France, give me no solution. The spiritual books that I read give no solution. Oh, thanks God. Thanks God. You open the space of suffering in my mind. Experiencing a long process of the dark nights of the soul. From one day to another day suffering, to 1 week from another week suffering, from 1 month to another month suffering. And suffering come to the closer person, closer person, closer person. At that time, I always remember the vicinity of Noah. One day, if you have no solution from your brain, you have no solution from your heart, you still have the final weapon. That weapon is surrender. And that's true. Thanks God, I passed all these difficult, the dark nights of the soul because of the last weapon, surrender. Remember, in the time when we have no solution at all, no weapon at all, remember, you have the last and the most powerful weapon. That weapon is surrender. And I personally want to share to you, behind perfect surrender, there is God's fingerprint. There is God's fingerprint behind a perfect surrender. That is not the message of Holy Scripture, but my own personal experience. As soon as I passed the long, dark nights of the soul, I found it myself, the unique God's fingerprint, which is suitable to me, which path to follow, which directions to follow, what is the thing that to be done to personal journey, what are the things to be done to the family. It is very clear. And those unique God's fingerprint can only be opened to those people, first of all, experiencing a deep, long suffering of the dark nights of the soul and heal themselves using the final medicine, which is perfect surrender. That is the simple step of healing the stress in order to recover yourself as soon as you got the negative news like illness. Now we go deeper. To make our story much deeper, inside ourselves there are countless seeds. There are unfriendly seeds. There are friendly seeds. If you like using poison, there is medicine. There is darkness, there is light. But this evening I use a more simple language. There are unfriendly seeds here. There is also friendly seeds here. What direction that we are going to follow It depends on which seeds that you keep watering. You will go to the directions of the darkness if you keep watering the unfriendly seeds inside. You go to the directions of the light if you keep watering the friendly seeds inside. Now let me start with the unfriendly seeds inside. The first one, which is very important, the first unfriendly seed inside is victim energy. You may have deep conversation with someone who have illness, chronic illness, stress, depression, or someone who nearly committed suicide. Deep inside their soul, there is victim energy. What I mean by victim energy, they put themselves as the victim of the condition. It can be the victim of the divorced parent. It can be the victim of unmanaged school. It can be the victim of naughty friends. It can be the victim of boyfriend who left behind in the teenager's time. It's dangerous. Those people who keep making a good conversation with victim energy inside, they keep poisoning themselves from one day to another day, from one night to another night. The important characteristic of the people whose victim energy is very strong. What mistakes that I committed in the past? What wrong with me? Why me? I have been praying for long enough time. I think I'm close enough to God. But cancer still infected my body. And that is the kind of inner conversation that you have if the victim energy is very strong inside. But please remember that is very dangerous. I myself also have such kind of poisoning conversation at the beginning. I myself also have victim energy at the beginning. But I heal it already. Especially because I'm the youngest in the huge family with 13 children. 13. And number 13 is I myself. I'm the youngest. You can imagine how complicated the family with a huge number of brothers and sisters. I used to say to myself, I was bullied at the school. I was bullied on the street. I was bullied at home. So where is the corner of the world which there is no bully? And that is my inner conversation at the beginning. Please, that is unfriendly seed inside. The victim energy. The sooner, thanks God for the space of suffering. The sooner you heal your victim energy, the better. Some of you may ask the question, how to heal the victim energy? First of all, improve the quality of your inner conversation. Whenever those victim energy come and visit you, simply smile. Like a mother smile to the only son. It is part of your journey. As I keep saying to all of you, without darkness, there will be no light. Without that victim energy, you will not interested in finding a much more positive energy. The following step in healing the victim energy. Be careful with your inner conversation. Be careful with your inner conversation. Because the conversation that we keep doing inside, it can put medicines to your soul journey. It can also put some poison. But if you keep doing negative conversations inside about yourself, about parents, about friends, about relatives. You water the unfriendly seed called victim energy. So that's why in guided meditation especially, I keep knocking your soul door. Smile, beautiful soul, smile. Smile is a sign that you are no longer a victim. You are now a master. That is the message intended to heal the victim energy inside you. That is the first seed, unfriendly seed inside, the victim energy. The second unfriendly seed inside is negative thinking. Be careful. The environment that we live nowadays is very negative. The news, more than 90% of the news are negative. There is no such things as a positive and good news. The percentage is less than 10%. If some TV broadcasts a good news, no one will watch it. If newspaper write down only the good news, no one will buy the newspaper. That is the cycle of the time. Be careful. That is the environment that we nowadays live. Negative thinking. And the medicine in this case is positive holistic thinking. Why I call it positive holistic? If you put only positive thinking can be very stressful, because if you conclude yourself as positive, you will blame someone who is different with you as something negative. That is another source of stress. Please, what I'm suggesting to you is not positive thinking, but positive holistic thinking. Be positive. At the same time, remember, where there is mud, there is lotus. Where there is hot sunshine, there is blooming flower. Where there is sad, there is glad. Where there is pain, there is pleasure. You can maintain your positive thinking. At the same time, don't blame the others which are different. That is what I mean by positive holistic thinking. It is the medicines for the negative thinking. Some of you who learn neuroscience like me, you know, if your mind is extremely negative, you keep poisoning your brain every day. Every day. I have been meeting thousands of meditation students, especially, whose mind is very negative. The stronger their negative thinking, the more poison that they drink every day. The logic is like this. Those negative mind usually talk or think about the negative sides of the others. They do not know any negative speech about the others and yourself give a bad news to the brain. As a result of the bad news that you send to the brain will produce a dangerous biochemical reaction like stress hormone called cortisol. As a result, not only immune system which is disturbed, but digesting system and another system in the body also being disturbed by the hell hormone like cortisol. So that's why when I teach meditation, when I share ideas in social media, 100% of my messages are positive, holistic mind. I never talk about the negative side of the others. Simply to bring a medicine to you, to balance the negative thinking which occupy most of the society nowadays. The second unfriendly seed inside is negative thinking. The third The last one, since our time is limited, is unconsciousness. Some of you who learn psychology like me, you know, in our daily life, 95% of our behavior influenced by unconsciousness. Excuse me. 95% of our daily life behavior influenced by unconsciousness. We all do not want to be angry, but we all angry. We all do not want to have bad mood, but we all have bad mood. We all do not want to have any enemy, but we all have enemy. That is the sign of unconsciousness. It is like inner darkness inside. The darkness which deeply longing for the light. You know how the unconsciousness develops? It is the process of repeating the behavior of the others, especially the parent, at the age of 1 until 7. At the age of 1 year until 7 years, we keep repeating the behavior of the others. In this case, the most influential one is the parent. So that's why if the parents are angry, the children will be angry. If the parents are wise, soft, positive thinking, the children will be positive as well. You know what I mean by unconscious mind in this evening? It is a long process of habituation, particularly in the age of 1 until 7. So that's why some of my students who have children below 7, be careful to your children. You repeat your own behavior. Please don't be angry in front of them. Please do not use any harsh words in front of them, because they will follow you. It will become their own consciousness, and that unconsciousness will become the behavior that we do not want, like angry, bad mood, suddenly sad without any reason, unconsciousness. It is a long process of habituation. So that's why in the guided meditation especially, I keep sharing to you the beautiful light. Rest at the gap between two breaths. When you rest the mind at the gap between two breaths, actually you bring beautiful light to your inner darkness. Because unconscious mind will work well when the duality is very strong inside. The duality like right, wrong, false, true, sad, glad, joy, sorrow, pain, pleasure. The stronger the duality, the darker the unconscious mind. But as soon as you rest the mind at the gap between two breaths, you are no longer those duality. You stop, the brain stop producing biochemical reaction which is unhealthy, but the brain producing healthier biochemical reaction that make immune system, digesting system, and another system in the body getting better. So that's why this evening I have a conversation with some of my online meditation students. I keep saying to them, be positive. Look at your problem from positive and holistic point of view. If you do not find solution temporary, smile. If you find solution, smile. That is the action step of positive and holistic mind. Remember, as soon as your mind is positive and holistic, the flow of the blood into the brain getting easier and healthier. The first friendly seed inside, positive holistic thinking. The second friendly seed inside is gratitude. gratitude. In my daily life as peace servant, there is no day that I never write down the word gratitude in social media. Every day. I keep sharing to my 100,000 students in social media. It is very important to develop gratitude. Gratitude is not only good for your brain, it is also good for your soul and spiritual journey. If you ask me what is the best nutrition for the brain, I will say the best nutrition to the brain is gratitude. Much deeper than the nutrition for your brain. Gratitude also opens the gate of miracles. Let me repeat again. Gratitude often open the gate of miracle. Back to the logic of neuroscience, human brain. Why gratitude is very important to make your brain healthier. When you say gratitude or you feel gratitude, you whisper to your own brain, I am receiving what I desire. Let me repeat once again. In the moment when you feel or you say gratitude, you whisper clearly to your brain, I am receiving what I desire, meaning good news. And that good news will be processed by the brain into growth hormone. And those growth hormone will improve any kind of health condition. That is the logic of, that is the connection between gratitude with the brain. The connection between gratitude with the miracle. Some of you learn the law of attraction. In this universe, there is law of attraction. If you have beautiful garden, butterfly will come to you. If you grow in the ocean, sometimes you will meet the dolphin. That is the law of attraction. In the same way, if you have gratitude inside, you will invite the coming of countless good luck. Gratitude is like beautiful garden. Good luck is like beautiful butterfly. So that's why the second friendly seeds this evening, it is the seeds of inner gratitude. The last, number 3 of the friendly inner seeds is happiness. Happiness. As I keep sharing to all of you in social media, in our cycle of time, the most needed medicine we strongly need is happiness. Even the United Nations make a rank of happy country every year. For more than 10 years, United Nations doing research about the most happy country until the most unhappy country. There's a long list every year. You know, in the United Nations, there are countless PhD people there, and they are true. Yeah, the most needed medicine in our time is happiness. So that's why I keep sharing to all of you, happiness is not related with something that happened outside. Happiness is something that you process inside. One of my favorite story in this case is the story of cow dung or dry leaf, if you don't like. Dry leaves or cow dung. To the people of the city, it belongs to the waste which is dirty. But to the gardener like me, cow dung, dry leaf, they belong to fertilizer. It helps me to make the flower bloom. The same thing happened to what happened in life. You can have naughty children, for example. Naughty children can make you angry, or it can make you happy. It will make you angry if you are extremely negative. It can make you happy if you see naughty children is the teachers of being patient. Happiness. The third and the last friendly seed inside this evening. There are another seeds, but our time is limited this evening. The first friendly seeds, positive thinking. Remember, as soon as you are positive, holistic in the mind, the flow of the blood to your brain getting easier and healthier. The second friendly seeds, gratitude. Gratitude is not only healthy for the brain, it also opens the countless miracles. The last one, happiness. Happiness. I will explore the idea of happiness later a little bit deeper. Now the last part of our emotional healing this evening, it is medicine. Medicines in order to heal your stress. Because as I said in the beginning, as soon as there is negative news about illness, negative news about accident, or negative news infected by COVID-19, it can make life worse, or it can be the beginning of recovery. It is totally depend on how skillful you manage your stress. Now I'll give you the medicine in order to make you to be skillful in the front of stress. The first medicine that I share to you this evening to heal your stress is manage your hope. Manage your hope. If your hope is far higher than reality, you will be stressful along the day, along the year. Manage your hope. Like what I do to my children and my wife. I manage my hope. I do not compare my wife with someone with high education. No. Because the first person who is stressful is me. Manage your hope. The same thing happened to my children. I have 3 children. All of them are beautiful. The first one graduated from Melbourne. The second one graduated from Melbourne. The third one, he does not want to go to Australia. But don't compare. That is what I mean by success trap. If you are successful, the first stage, second stage, you are successful, you expect to be successful on the third step. No, it is dangerous. What I do to myself is manage the whole. Don't compare the third children with number 1, number 2. Don't compare. Children are unique. They have their own unique soul journey. Don't compare. Since I'm skillful enough to manage my hope, my children do not become the source of my stress. The same thing happened to me when I managed my wife, the relationship with my wife. I manage my hope. Sometimes if there is problem, I lower my hope. The same thing happened with managing relationship with the student. I skillfully manage the hope. The key words make the hope closer to reality. Stress happens because the hope is far higher than reality. Stress will not happen if you lower the hope until the hope is closer to reality. So the first medicine of stress this evening, as part of emotional healing, manage your hope. To make the story short, make your hope closer to your reality. For example, you have only money to buy motorcycle. Be happy by riding bicycle. Stress will happen if your money is only able to buy motorcycle, but your hope you want to buy a luxurious car. Stressful. What I mean by managing the hope, if your money is only enough buying motorcycle, be happy by riding motorcycle. The first medicine, managing your hope. Your hope. The second medicine, do what you love. Love what you do. Be balanced between the two. Do what you love, whatever. In my case, I love gardening. I love writing. When I write in social media, actually I do not only heal my 100,000 students, I also heal myself. Because writing is a kind of healing. When I write, I do not make conversation with all of you in social media. I also do conversation with myself. Do what I love. Writing, gardening, meditating, in my case. Do what I love. And love what you do. Even though I had a very successful career in the corporate world. I had a very successful career in corporate world because I became a CEO to a huge corporation at the age of 38 before 40. But suddenly stopped because of Bali terrorist bombing. Even though that is the background, I keep teaching myself to love what I do. To love what I do as a spiritual teacher. At the beginning of my retirement years, sometimes I ask, how beautiful was it? Travel from one airport to another airport, using business class, drinking coffee above the clouds, traveling from one country to another country. It belongs to the past. But I've decided already years ago, no, I keep training myself to love what I do. The second medicine, after the first medicine managing the hope, the second medicine, be balanced between do what you love and love what you do. The third medicine, some of you who learn psycholinguistics together with me, there is a wise saying in psycholinguistics like this. The words that you speak is the home that you live. Let me repeat again, since this is very important. The words that you speak is the home that you live. Meaning, be careful in using the words. Because words is not only messages that you sending outside. Word also the message that you send to the brain, to your inner world. So that's why I never use harsh words. I never use negative words, especially in the public social media, because I deeply know the words that we speak is the home that we live. The wiser your words in this case, the more beautiful your soul journey in this case. The third medicine, wise and beautiful words. In the spiritual family of compassion, we put Wednesday as the day of love. Every Wednesday, I keep sharing beautiful words in social media, especially in the Twitter. Every Wednesday, I send a message like this. Today is the day of love in the island of Love, Bali. Please share only beautiful words today. In the following Wednesday, today is the day of love in the island of Love, Bali. Please share beautiful smile today. That is the kind of words that I keep sharing not only to the public in social media, but also to my inner world. Because this is the third medicine. The words that you speak is the home that you live. The words that you speak, it can be a poison if it is negative words. But if the words that you speak is wise word, it is a medicine to our inner garden. The third medicine of stress this evening, wise words. The fourth medicine is happiness. To the younger children, happiness means getting what we desire, like what I experienced when I was a teenager. I was deeply happy because having new blue jeans. I was deeply happy because having new shoes. I was deeply happy because having new motorcycle. Happiness to the teenager and young children. You are happy because of getting what desire. Happiness in the beginning. As we grow older and more mature, happiness is not the result of what happened outside. It is the outcome of the way we see what happened. You can be happy every day if you keep saying what happened from the positive, holistic point of view. You can be happy even when you have no money. You can be happy if you are completely alone at home. How? Look at what happened in your life from the positive, holistic way of thinking. The second happiness is deeper and more mature. Happiness is not the output of what happened inside, but it is the output of positive, holistic thinking inside. The third and the deepest happiness in this evening. Happiness is a courage. If you want to heal your stress, remember, happiness is a courage. Have a courage to be happy. No matter how hard life is, how difficult the challenge of life is, have a courage to be happy. Because happiness is totally the fruit of your own choice. For that reason, the last part of happiness, have a courage to be happy. It makes you become a spiritual warrior, at least to your own self and your family. Be a warrior to your own self and your family by developing the courage to be happy. The fourth medicines of stress, happiness. The last number 5 is gratitude. Gratitude. That is the best medicine of stress, gratitude. So that's why to some of people who are close to me, the longer they spend time together with me, the more beautiful their seeds of gratitude. Because I keep sending to all of them the energy of gratitude, gratitude, gratitude. There is no day when I say no thank you to God. I keep saying the beautiful words thank you in countless time every day. Waking up in the morning, thank you. Drinking water, thank you. Enjoying the lunch, thank you. Having breakfast by consuming some fruit, thank you. Ready to sleep, thank you. Countless thank you every day. Not only I sincerely say thank you to God, but it is also because I keep watering the inner seeds of gratitude. Because gratitude makes our inner garden like beautiful inner garden. If your inner garden is extremely beautiful, the one who come to you, the one who keep visiting your life is only the beautiful butterfly of good luck. That is what I mean by the inner feng shui. Some people love the outer feng shui by putting fish, pond, as some of outer symbol. That is outer feng shui. But what I do to my life is the inner feng shui. What is the inner feng shui? It is deep gratitude inside. As conclusion, what is the best medicine for emotional healing this evening? That is called the inner feng shui. You feel lucky not because of receiving something. You feel lucky because you are deeply thank you inside. You feel lucky not because of having much money. You feel lucky because you have much gratitude inside. That is the beautiful story of this evening, the emotional healing. The second day of our 3 days journey of meditation in the group of meditation students, December 2020. Hopefully, the light that is flowing through me dispel some of your own inner darkness. Thank you very much, beautiful heart, beautiful soul, light seeker, peace lover, students on the path of meditation. Thank you very much. See you tomorrow, 11 o'clock. There will be guided meditation. 6 p.m. Bali time. There will be story of spiritual healing. Tomorrow we will discuss about spiritual healing. Sabi sata bawantu sukitata. May all beings are happy. Sarvesam santir bhavatu. May all soul blossom into peace. Thank you, and thank you. Tepuk tangan Pak Teja. Dari kemarin